Good afternoon, everyone. This is Katie of Nikazuki Yarns. This is episode 3, and it is Sunday, January 11th, 2015. This is going to be a pretty quick episode, or at least I'm going to try to keep it quick because it's mostly an update, although I do have a little bit of news. It's been kind of a disaster of a weekend, so yeah, there'll be a little bit of chatter about that as well. Anyway, I'm podcasting from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and it is remarkably sunny. We have had probably about 10 inches of snow since last weekend. I'm really glad I didn't have to go anywhere really this weekend. Although, yeah, I had to go somewhere yesterday morning, which we'll get to in a few minutes here. Alright, so I currently have 3 kind of active works in progress. So the first one I can show you is the Regia Fluoromania socks. These are fantastic. Like, they are so bright. Like, what you see on screen is a little bit more neon than what they are in person, but they are very bright. I really want to take these glow bowling because I think they would show up really well. And so that is Regia Fluoromania color, and it is a 75-25 blend of virgin wool and polyamide, or basically nylon. 420 meters, 460 yards, and their colorway is 7188, or rainbow. That's what I refer to it as. The next one is, I'm working on a design, so you can't see that yet, but I do have about this much of the cuff. It is a long sleeve sweater. That's as much as I can tell you about it right now, just because I'm, like, literally I cast it on last night. Let's see, and the Hathaway is in timeout. This sweater's taken me a really long time, and I found out about Wednesday last week that I miscrossed all of my cables in one round. And so I dropped down, and I thought that I fixed them, and most of them are fixed, but the problem is that some of them aren't. Or they look strange, or, like in the case of one, there's a gap. So it's in timeout right now because I think that I need to rip it out. It's only 5 rows, but the thing is that it is taking so long to knit that 5 rows is a lot of time, and I thought I was actually doing pretty good up until that point, but whatever. I'll rip it out here soon and fix it, because that's really all I can do. And this is, because this is honeymoon yarn, and it's like Shelter? The Brooklyn Tweed worsted, and it's like the only place you can get it in Canada is in Victoria, BC, where we went for our honeymoon, so it's all around special, and I want to make sure that I do really like the FO once I complete it, so that means I need to rip out and re-knit it, and I'll suck it up. Although I did also have to redo the button band on my calligraphy cardigan. The first time I knit it, it was okay, but the problem was that it was like curling out like this around the buttons. So I added some length in the button band. Apparently, I put the buttonholes only at 1 inch instead of the 1.5 inches that it needed. I don't know how that happened because I was measuring. I added an extra 1/2 inch to the band itself, and I think I'm going to go back and do that on the actual button band, not the buttonhole band. Just because then I think that'll stop the gapping that's also been happening. Apparently my bust size went up by 2 inches between the time that I started this, purchased the yarn and started it, and by the time I finished it. It has been 2 years, but I don't know. Maybe I am getting bigger than I thought I was. I wouldn't complain too much. Okay, so I have no FOs, I have no spinning. I had started a quilt last weekend, but I haven't done any work on that either. I need to finish pinning the pieces, which is taking a really long time. I've got a stack right on my desk here, but it's not my first passion. It'll get done eventually. I actually ran out of pins, and that's why the rest of it isn't pinned. So I need to take the pins and put them into what's still got to be done. Okay, so let's see, what am I reading right now? I am reading Sarah J. Maas, M-A-A-S. She wrote Throne of Glass, Heir of Fire, and something else. It's a trilogy. And for the life of me, it escapes my attention right now, or my memory. So I'll link it in the show notes on Ravelry, and then you can see what I'm actually reading. It's good. There are certain points where I got a little bit annoyed, but it's fine. It's young adult, and honestly, it's better than some of the adult stuff I've read recently. Although that does not include the Deborah Harkness Book of Life trilogy. Now that was really good. It ended really well. Thank God. And yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Although I don't foresee myself rereading it, so I might be donating those books. And as you can see by my shelves behind me, I don't do that very often. I'm a pack rat when it comes to books. I've got a good book stash, and I've got a good yarn, and I'm building on my fabric stash. I still have space though, so that's good because, yeah, I'll tell you about that in a bit. Alright, oh, stash enhancement that I forgot last week. My husband is awesome. He got me the ChiaoGoo interchangeable sets, which I wanted for a couple of years now once I found out that I really like ChiaoGoo needles. So this is the large set. It covers all sizes from US 2.75 millimeter, up to US 15 or 10 millimeter. So nice. I love the case. Like, it's a really nice quilty padded case, which is always nice to put your needles in. It included 2 different sets of cables, one large, which fits onto the larger the larger millimeter sizes, and then a small which fits onto these guys, which are like the 2s to the 8s. And they go from 14-inch 35 centimeter up to 30-inch 75 centimeter, and you can actually join them together if you need more, which is nice. That's the one thing I do really like about interchangeables. I have been using them. There was a little bit of stickiness on the cable that wears off as you use them, which is really nice. Yeah, I just have to be aware that they will unscrew if I'm actually like pushing against it with my hand. And they included some really cute little stitch markers. So, yeah, I have a coupon if I want to make any more purchases. It was Handsome Fibers, which you can find on Etsy or their own site, handsomefibers.com. F-E-E-R-S, not B-R-E-S. And then the other stash enhancement that I forgot last week, and I'm sorry for the little bit of crinkling, but this doesn't come out until I knit it. Purchased some Quivik on Boxing Day because it's the only time of year that it's on sale. And it's 30% off, which is fantastic because then that means that I can actually buy full Quivik instead of a mix. Like, the first ball I got was Quivik and Silk 50-50. Still awesome, but look at that color, and like there's a little bit of a halo, and yes, it is expensive. That's Canadian as well. But 30% off. I have very little of this. I did actually spoil myself this year and got 2 balls because I think I'm going to knit a shawl out of it. And you buy this in Banff, actually, which is about an hour outside of Calgary in Banff National Park. Let's see, there's one there. There's one in the Banff Springs. So there's one downtown Banff, one in the Banff Springs, one in Lake Louise, and then I think the only other one is New York City. Pretty exclusive for this. It's all hand-picked and then spun, and then anything that you purchase from them for like actual made, like pre-mades, instead of the yarn, it's all hand knit. I actually got a headband from my father-in-law because he got me in the round robin for our gifts this year, and it's all hand knit as well, and it's so warm and squishy and it doesn't make me itch. Most wools don't, but I find with headbands that sometimes it can be more scratchy than other, like a sweater and stuff like that. So really happy with it, and yeah, I haven't knit with any of it yet, but you will definitely know when I start because I'll be raving. Alright, so that comes to the big thing of why I'm recording today. This will be a short episode because most of what I'm doing is shop update. And I did want to show you one thing. I'm knitting my socks, but I'm actually knitting it out of my own bag. So this is the small wedge. To give you an idea, it's actually hooked to me with the beaner. So you can carry this and make sure that the handle is long enough, especially on the ones being put up. Within the next couple of days here, I wanted to podcast about it first and give you some time to see. But with these ones, I'm making sure that the loop is long enough that it can either go over your wrist or you can hook it to your belt like this. I really like hooking it to my belt because it's less in the way. Trust me. I've walked with this quite a bit. Okay, so I'll do... Actually, I should tell you about my weekend, because this weekend has been ridiculous. I'll move stuff over here so I've got it on hand when I'm ready. There's everything. So, yes, this weekend's been kind of crazy, because Friday night, I knelt on a knitting needle, a cable needle, so I punctured myself. Now, really no big deal, except that I haven't had my tetanus shot in 11 years. So, yesterday morning, which was Saturday, I actually had to go in and get my tetanus shot because they consider knitting needles dirty, which is kind of what I suspected. So, A, I've got a puncture wound on my knee, and B, my arm all in here because the tetanus is super sore. Now, I was listening to Minerva Turkey, and she'd done this same thing. She had to go get a tetanus shot as well over the Christmas break. So I'm sorry to hear that, my dear. I don't know. Maybe I was channeling my inner klutz. Yeah. I called HealthLink Alberta because then I didn't have to waste doctor's time if I didn't need my tetanus. And she sounded a little bit disbelieving that I didn't know that it was there. And I'm like, well, I knew that my needle was there, but my knee found it when I was messing around with my curtains to close the curtains for the night. Anyway, I did that. So yesterday morning I was at the doctor's. It wasn't too bad. It was about an hour. No big deal. They just gave me the shot and I left. I just need to make sure to keep it clean and disinfected and keep an eye on it. It's already healing. It scabbed over on Friday night. I'm not too worried. It's not infected yet. So fingers crossed that I still don't get infected. And then today, as I was taking photos for this update, I broke my CFL bulb in my lamp. So that took about an hour to clean up. And a little bit of worry. I hate the mercury in these lamps, but it's the only ones that actually provide good light for photography. So, what can you do, right? But it's just been that kind of weekend. I've gotten lots done, but there's been some mishaps too. But, on a happy note, I have lots to actually show you. Well, a decent amount. It's going to be a medium shop update. Nowhere near as big as show leftovers, but definitely better than I have been doing in the last year. I don't think I've done a specific bag update for my shops ever, actually. Maybe last year when I first started the wedge bags, but it's mostly been show leftover stuff. So, we're going to actually start with a new product. And I'm really excited about these because they're really cool. They're DPN holders. See this? Now, the colors are really off. They'll be better in the pictures. They are gorgeously saturated. This is actually, the exterior fabric is fabric from Japan. Yeah, it's from a lady that I ordered from in Yokohama. Now, the one thing is that there's two of these, and they are a bit shorter. So if you have longer DPNs, you will not be able to fit them in this. The measurement for what you would actually be able to fit in here is about 8 1/4 inches. I think the ones that I'm trying to put in right now are 9-inch needles. Sorry, I've got my quilting ruler here so I can check for you. Yeah, so these ones are 8 3/4 needles and they don't fit. So I would say that these guys are probably good for 8-inch and under. This one, specifically, and I'll put that in the listing as well. All snaps, so you snap, snap, snap. And I've put 3 snaps because what can happen now, if you have longer needles, they fit in between here. So this is like, I don't know, 6-inch, up to 8-inch, because these are set in. And then if you have like smaller needle set, like 4-inch needles, you can snap it here. And then it's a shorter amount. Sorry, it shouldn't be there. It should be like, yeah. So anyway, as long as it fits between there, you can snap it in there. I don't know why I just blanked there, and I'm sorry. I'm not sick, but definitely phlegmy and gross. Yeah, no, I think that they'll be really handy for a lot of people. Really nice to put in a project bag, and keep your double points, like, contained. So there's this fabric, and it's got white snaps. There's going to be 2 of these available. And then the other one is a little bit longer. This one, let me get my ruler back. I don't know why I put it back over there. This one is about 9.5 with 9 1/4 usable space for needles. So that's this fabric, and I really like this fabric. Gorgeous. Again, Japanese fabric. Yeah, I love these snaps on this one. And again, just open it up. Okay, so these ones are, sorry for that. 8 3/4 needles will fit very well in here, and you just see in there. You just snap it closed, and then your project goes in between. They don't fall out. Yeah, no, really happy with how these turned out. Again, 3 snaps, so that if you have a smaller project, this one will fit longer, like larger sets, or smaller sets, right? So, I thought they would be handy, especially if you use DPNs. I don't use DPNs very often anymore, but like this would even fit like a sweater sleeve if you like knitting sleeves on DPNs as well. Again, yeah, these will be going up in the shop. Watch the lengths just to see. You can actually see it there. This one has quite a bit extra length on it compared to these ones in front. But still all handy. These ones would be good for sock needles probably. I would say probably at least a 6-inch. Or under. Alright, and now, the bags. So, I've got lots of this fabric in the shop, but I don't have any like this. It's a wedge bag. Happy sushi! And see, like I told you, all of these have like a wrist strap, and the zipper goes towards your wrist. So what happens is you can leave it open if you're walking with it or whatever, and you can have your yarn come out here right where you're knitting. Or if you're left-handed and doing continental, you can put it on this side as well. Reversible. You can also, I make sure that there's a tab so that you can open and close easy. And this one is lined with a really cute itty-bitty polka dot pattern. So all of my bags, there will not be pictures of linings because I find that it's too time-consuming to take pictures of every individual lining. All the linings are coordinated in some way. So this one's coordinated with like the bright green zipper here. Again, it's really washed out. I need to keep adjusting my lighting, but yeah, nice bright. I love all the happy faces on the food. I don't know why, because it's kind of messed up. Like, yay, eat me! Now I'm craving sushi. Alright, so that's, and okay, sorry. This is the large wedge bag. It will fit up to a 42-inch sweater. Woman's sweater. I usually use this for mine, actually. Mostly for up to DK sport weight. I've got to upgrade a little bit more for a bigger size for anything above that. Like, worsted will fit in this, but bulky won't. So, like, the design I'm doing right now, I need a larger bag. So, I'll let you know when they come out. That'll be a jumbo bag. This is a large bag. The one that I have my socks in is a small. So, I guess this could technically go down to the medium, but anyway. Okay, so, there are 2 of these bags. One is with this orange zip, and one is with a green zip. Of course, it's the next one down. So yeah, there we go, green. Again, it's the large wedge. Super cute polka dot handle and tab. The tabs and the handles, as much as I can, I match them just because coordination is always good. This one's got a really cute green star lining. This one's got the same, except it's got an orange zip, but polka dots. Polka dots. Polka dots are awesome. And then the kind of green flower polka dots, I guess. Yeah, coordinate again, right? So, those will be listed separate. Okay, and then this one's a cat bag. This is one of the last fabrics that I actually have. And if, as you see here, this will actually show up right when you have it hooked. Now, because I did debate for a while if I was going to do a box bag out of it, because it kind of shows up better, because then it's always, always this way. But I like the wedge bags a lot because they squish into stuff better. And if you're using it like this, and honestly, yeah, it'll work good. Bright blue zip to pick up some of the blues in the kitty cats. This is a cotton linen blend. The last three have been cotton, 100%. This is cotton linen blend out of Japan. I have a very limited stock of this. I don't know if I have any more right now, although I have some, like this much, on order. And I think there's only one other bag right now in this pattern. But anyway, I love it. Again, large sweater, lined with a nice neutral beige with some flowers, and yeah, it'll stand out really nice. You won't lose your knitting in here, that's for sure, even though it's so big. And again, kitty cats. This is one of my favorite prints that I actually have. Well, actually I love all my prints, because how could you not? If you haven't heard before, my username is Nekozuki Yarns, which means cat lover. Excuse me. So I know lots of people look for dog fabric, but I still trend towards the cat fabric. Although I do have some stupid cute dog fabric coming here soon. Also from Japan. This is not from Japan, this is from Canada. But again, same thing, once you have it hanging, the cats hang the right way. It's got a yellow zip, and this one I had to show you, and it will have pictures. It's got yarn fabric for a lining, and it matches the kitties because it came as a set. So yeah, again, when you're hanging, it's the same. When it's not, it's sideways. But they're still damn cute, like, darn cute, I guess. And it's got the polka dot. Polka dot. Alright. Let's see. Oh, let's do the small wedge. Okay. This has been simply a popular fabric. It's the marble bag. Again, long enough that you can get your wrist through here. I've got quite large hands, so it's small enough that you'll be able to get, it won't fall off, unless you have itty bitty hands. In that case, I would suggest the beaner to hook it onto your belt or your purse. I do that a lot too, actually, on my purse. Anyway, red zip to match. So it's got Iron Man, the Hulk, no, Spidey is actually in two places, Thor is on the flip side, as is Captain America, and there's a piece of Wolverine up here. Now, I have one big box bag coming in this fabric, and that is all. I do have other Marvel fabric, and it will be introduced in probably mid-February. But if you like this, pick it up, or let me know that you want the big box bag. Because otherwise it's going to be gone. Now this is the sock size, so that's what I'm carrying my sock in and around right now. I'll actually unhook it so I can show you what it holds. So it holds the ball, or your 2 cakes. I have tried 2 cakes, 2 small cakes. And it holds your socks. And I do 2 at a time all the time, and it's perfectly fine. You could actually fit another ball in there, but it's going to be tight. So mostly this bag, or this one, this is mine, I'm keeping this. This one will hold a skein for socks, itty bitty baby projects, mittens, slippers. I have done slippers out of that. It will fit up to the Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick, like the chunky one, will fit in here. It's a bit of a squeeze, but it will fit. 2 more. This one, it kind of matches the other wedge one. Again, tags. This is a large box bag. Large box bags are the same size as the wedge bags. Actually, the wedge bags are 2 inches less fabric, but they fit the same amount because of their shape. This is this fits the same 42-inch bust sweater. So like, the other way, like what's on Jane here, the Confederation Park cross-stitch top, that would fit in here. That's a 42-inch sweater, which is my bust generally, unless of course it's a calligraphy cardigan. Yeah, let's see. This one's got the orange tabs, and then it's got a chevron pattern inside. Everything is reinforced. All my bags are reinforced with interfacing. Love the handle on this one. It picks up a little bit of aqua that's between the kitties. See? Kitties, kitties. Yeah, I really like it. It's pretty squishy. You can squish it down quite well. It also kind of floofs up really easy like that. So yeah, so it would actually sit beside you. You can set it. It's like a small child trying to like show that it sits well. But it will sit beside you. You can open it up and knit right out of it. Again, the handle's set the way so that if you're pulling yarn, then it's not getting wrapped up in the zipper. Alright, and last one for this weekend. This one, okay, so another from Japan fabric. This is only the second of its kind. It is 1 out of 4. This is the only other one I have right now. I have more of this fabric coming in on a new shipment that I just made, and otherwise, yeah, very limited edition. Love the handle on this. It's all interfaced so that you can actually like stiff, so you don't like, I don't know, mash it up too much and rip it is easy. Tabs match as well on this one. I actually had lots of nice fabric from the wedge one to finish everything off. And then this has the same neutral beige flowers like the cat one. Yeah, I love this fabric. Again, Japan, kimono style fabrics. It's all cherry blossoms. And I promise that if you actually flip it out, it's not as squishy looking. So yeah, so it's nice pinks. A little bit of white and then darker swirls of pinks. And this one's really cool. I don't know if the light's going to catch it, but that gold line, like, let me my finger find it. Right there. It shimmers, which I didn't realize when I first purchased it, or else I would have bought more right off the bat. Yeah, so like this, again, 42-inch woman's sweater. Almost matches my shirt. Not quite. It doesn't look like it on camera, but in person it does. So, yeah, that is all pretty much stuff I didn't finish for November. I have 1, 2, 3 more bags that I didn't finish for November. Now we're going into new fabric. So, you'll have to keep an eye out because I'm actually not going to spoil the surprise. That's everything that's going up this week. I'm not holding anything back. I should have another update in mid-February. Just with how my schedule is going. Next week Dallas is home. Which is always a knitting week because I don't want to be upstairs sewing when he's home. If I can avoid it. I've had to do it for shows and I hate doing it. Then the following week I will do a little bit of sewing, but there won't be any shop update. Following week he's home again, and then so I should be able to do another sewing update in, let's see, so 17th, 24th he's away, 31st he's home. So probably February 7th, which is the first week. I know that's nearly a month, but it'll give me time to actually make some stuff, and then it'll be hopefully a little bit larger. My goal is to get up to 100 listings pretty soon. So between these, and I've actually got, oh yeah, I can show you these. I've got knitted bows, which will eventually make it up as well. Super cute little hair bows. Yeah, I've got about half a dozen to a dozen of these, so they'll be coming up. I won't do a specific podcast for them, but they'll be making their way up too. Lots of different colors. Got like pinks and sparklies, and they're all pretty big. I would actually wear it on the back of my head, not the front of my head. But they're fun, especially if you're not like, don't want to scream knitter, but want to show a little bit of knitter happiness all the time. I figure a hair accessory will be more than sufficient. Alright, I've babbled. I told you about everything else. I told you about the shop update, I think. Oh! Come join the Ravelry group, please. As I get designs going, that's where I will first be announcing that I need testers and sending links over to the groups that I tested. And we've got a welcome thread going. We've got a knit and natter. You know exactly what that's replaced, and I'm not going to repeat it on film as much as I wish I could. And yeah, I would really love to hear from you guys, so I hope that you're able to head on over, check it out. There is a design coming up that I want to do a cal for once I get it tested, photoed and tested. Yeah, so it's Nekozuki Yarns. So, Nekozuki Yarns. And that's where you can find me under that, under, like, pretty much any social media group. Specifically Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Etsy, Blogspot. Oh, Blogspot's different, but search me anyway. Yeah, I'm under there as Nekozuki Yarns everywhere, and especially Rav. Come check out the Ravelry group, and I hope to see you there. And so have a lovely couple of weeks, my friends. I won't be podcasting until the 24th. And maybe you can have a sneak peek of some of the things I've sewn that weekend. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good weekend, couple of weeks, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.